There was once a boy, born into a small home, where every rupee mattered. He lived in a quiet town by the sea, and every morning he would run through the narrow streets delivering newspapers just to help his family survive. He was shy, but inside him lived a fire to learn, to understand, to know why things fly. He often looked at birds and wondered, how do they rise so effortlessly into the sky? That question became his purpose. School was never easy. He wasn't the brightest student in the room, but he was the most determined. While others played, he studied. While others rested, he asked questions. And slowly, curiosity became his greatest strength. When he went to college, the world suddenly looked bigger. The challenges were harder. The competition was fierce. There were nights when he thought about giving up. There were days when hunger distracted his mind. But he never stopped. He believed that effort could change destiny, and that belief became his engine. Years later, he began working with machines, with metal, fuel, and fire. He was fascinated by how a small idea could push a rocket into the sky. But success didn't come easily. His first few launches failed. He watched his work explode before reaching the stars. Critics laughed. Some said, he doesn't have what it takes. But this boy, now a man, had learned something powerful. Failure is not the end. Failure is the beginning of wisdom. He returned to his lab. He studied harder, worked longer, and poured every ounce of his heart into his mission. And one day, the rocket finally flew. India finally reached the sky, and the boy who once sold newspapers had now helped a nation touch space. But even then, he stayed humble. He never let fame take away his simplicity. He continued visiting schools and colleges, talking to students, listening to their dreams. He would tell them, dreams are not what you see in sleep. Dreams are what don't let you sleep. He faced political storms, budget cuts, and moments when hope seemed lost. But every time life tested him, he smiled and said, "Let's try again." And when the highest honor of the nation was offered, the position of president, he accepted it, not for power, but for purpose. He became a leader who taught by example, a scientist who spoke like a poet, a teacher who never stopped learning. Even in his last moments, he was doing what he loved most, inspiring students, teaching young minds, and reminding them to dream. When he left this world, he left behind not sadness, but inspiration. Because legends never really die, they become stories that guide generations. This is not just the story of a scientist, not just the story of a teacher. It is the story of a dreamer who proved that humble beginnings can create the greatest destinies. And that boy, that small boy from Rameswaram, was none other than Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam. That boy, whose father was a simple fisherman, whose home was filled more with dreams than money, grew up to become one of the greatest scientists the world has ever seen. The missile man of India, the people's president, the man who showed that true power doesn't come from wealth. It comes from willpower. His journey teaches us that success isn't born in comfort. It's built in struggle. It's crafted through failure. It's shaped by discipline. Abdul Kalam didn't have the privilege to give up. Every no he heard became a reason to try again. Every failure became fuel for his next flight. He proved that dreams don't belong to the rich. They belong to the relentless. And that if you dare to dream big, if you're ready to fail and rise again, if you believe in effort more than luck, one day, the world will remember your name too. Because just like every sunrise, life gives you another chance to rise higher than before. This was the story of Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam, a boy who turned simplicity into greatness and left behind a sky full of inspiration.